Hi! One of the major reasons for not really succeeding in building the skills you want is simply a lack of passion and excitement around this. Because think about it, let's say you have a full life, right? You have work or you have school and you have stuff to do all day and you have relationships that you need to attend to, maybe you have children, all of these things. And when you're not passionate and you really want to learn to play guitar, it seems like impossible to really carve out the time you need and to have the focus needed to really get to mastery level. But when you're passionate, when you're really enthused and you're excited about this, what happens is the whole inner game shifts because you get energy from that emotion. When you're really excited and you have positive expectations around what you can achieve on this instrument, you get all fired up. And so you get up early, 1 hour before you need to come up, and you start practicing early in the morning, and you think about this all day because suddenly the daily routines are like this. Instead of being this whole thing that just fills up your whole life, it becomes kind of a smaller thing, and then the enthusiasm and the passion around guitar playing becomes like this, and so it follows you around all day, and so you think about it, and you tap rhythms, you find ways to practice without your instrument, you focus on it when you're in your car, as soon as you get home, you can't wait to get into practice, and so basically you're practicing twice as much, 3 times as much, sometimes 4 times as much, because you're passionate around it. You play when you talk to people, when you watch TV, and if you haven't heard people really, put you down a little bit over how much you're really touching that instrument each day, then chances are you're not really fired up, because then you have to touch it all the time. You have to play it. You have to practice something, because it really is that amazing passion. And of course you can't sustain an emotion like that forever, because it puts you in this kind of state where you're using more resources than you really have. And that's how it feels. There's no problem of getting up early. There's no problem of focusing that much and being that fired up. But like being in love, that kind of wears off, for a period of time, and then you can relax and be more normal about playing guitar, and then you're ready for a new passionate period of time. But what keeps people from being this passionate, and the number one thing that I've seen in hundreds of people, literally, is a kind of a personality where you don't want to get too enthusiastic about things, because you might actually you look stupid. Right? So you get all childishly enthusiastic and say, I really like this, I really want to do this. And then, time goes by, and then perhaps you didn't achieve the results you thought, and then people can go, you were so passionate about that, look at you, you didn't achieve the result, or you didn't get to where you wanted to go, or what about that passionate thing you had going, where's that now? When the passion wears off, which it does, then people can kind of mock you and say, what was that about? Why was that suddenly so important? Because one of the most important things that people look for in other people is reliability. I have to know who you are. You can't be all passionate and fired up in 1 week and then be somebody completely else. It makes me uncertain about who you are and what I can count on. So that's why people point their fingers at other people when they kind of shift their moods like that. And it seems like if you have to be a good adult, then you have to be kind of an even adult. Or so many people think or believe that that's the way to be an adult. But that's really the most boring part of being an adult, not being able to be playful and passionate and excited, and then not, and then playful and passionate and excited again. And the pattern that arises is that, once we were passionate, everyone's tried to be passionate, but then it kind of weared off, and people were mocking you, or you were mocking yourself. And then you did that a couple of times, and then you decided to not be that passionate about anything. So when people start playing guitar, or take up guitar playing, it becomes something you visit once a month or once a week, right? You go to a guitar teacher, you practice a little, but not that much, and then you go to him again, and then you gradually learn to play guitar in a very adult, very even, very mediocre, way where you never really get to those power skills that we all want. You never get to that exciting part of playing guitar where you really go, whoa, can I do that? And then, listen to all the stuff you can play and do. You kind of ooze into that belief that that's not for you. That's for the talented people, the amazing people. But you could just be one of the amazing people. You just have to have the courage to break out of that, being an adult in that way, and then going for the excitement and the passion. And then because when you get passionate, you push all else aside and you have this happy look on your face that makes people go, oh, by all means, practice, dear friend. Your spouse might say that. Because who wouldn't want to have a happy spouse, right? And if that makes them that happy, then by all means, practice a little bit more, right? So everything changes once there's passion and excitement. But that pattern we often get into, where we get passionate about something and then we're not passionate. And it's kind of like failure, but it's not failure. That's just how it is. You fall in love, you don't fall in love. It goes up and down like that. And so the main thing here is to accept that as a natural part of life, that you get very passionate about one part of playing guitar and you practice like a maniac, and then that kind of wears off. And then you go for the next thing. You get a new insight. You see a new course and you buy the course, or you see a new free video and you get an idea and say, oh, that's what's going to bring me to mastery. I'll try that out. And then you start practicing like a maniac again, and then you get results. That's the whole thing. You get results, even though you don't get the results that you might have expected. Now I'll learn to master alternate picking or soloing at a completely perfect level in 2 months or 1 month. That might not happen, but in the process of being that passionate and excited, you really, really develop rapidly, right? And so it's just a matter of accepting that, oh, I didn't achieve perhaps because many times when you're very passionate and excited, you have totally unrealistic expectations of what you can do. But that's all right. That's part of being passionate and playful and childish and excited. And then you don't achieve, but you look, what did I achieve? And that's the whole process of building mastery. But you have to have passion and excitement, or you'll never get to it. It's just not. You can't really be adult and very reasonable around it and say, I'll set up a practice schedule, practice about 60 minutes a day, and I'll first have these different, and then I'll go for the first and then the second. And, passion doesn't care about that. Passion only cares about what you're excited about right now, what you want to build, the skills you want to build right now, and then you just go for it, and you make magical stuff happen just because you're in that state. So you can tell that I'm a little bit passionate about this subject, but this was a pleasure. I hope that was valuable to you. See you in another video.